Okay. Sounds like how much echo am I getting? How do I stop the echo? Testing. Can you hear me? I don't know. Have to get somebody else on this thing to find out.
Bob.
Yeah.
Hi, Bob. How are you? This is Diego.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good, excellent. Actually, I saw your link on the Facebook, so I say, you know what? Let me try it.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I've never done this before, so
No,
I
me
thought
neither.
I'd
Me
try it
neither.
out. So I've got it, my volume down as low. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so let me close my door so I'm not so loud in the room. So how long you been in power?
2 months.
2 months?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been
pretty
in
much
for
two
about
months. Two
three
months and
years
a
now.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, I haven't done a lot with it, but they've got so many good things coming on right now that I want to take advantage of it because it's going to grow big time.
Yes, 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 yes. You went to Las Vegas?
No, I didn't make it to Las Vegas, but I'm going to make it to Tennessee for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I went to Las Vegas.
So, so you've been in for a couple months. So, what do you know about the environment, the system? Just give me your feedback on it so far.
Talking about the system, you're talking about like the block system, the Kalatu.
Yeah, yeah.
They're doing an excellent job. Honestly, it's way easier to use. Yeah, I can see you better like that. They're you doing a better job on how you can set it up. I'm not a tech savvy. Actually, one of the reasons why I got into Empower Network it was because of the more of like the educational system they have. Okay, like the motivational stuff they have. I'm more like a social science. I when I was in high school, I studied like social science stuff, history, and all the stuff. So I'm like more into like the talking or public speaking, and I saw that kind of like Empower Network give me the opportunity through the videos to do it, and also I do my best on the blog. But talking like the blog is excellent. It's like WordPress. Use like the WordPress system, have the plugins, allows you to put like several ads, several images, and you have like the support not only from the people, not only from the training that Empower Network give you with their products, but also like in the community that with the 21 day blogging challenge. You know that there are some people that are more prepared technically than others. So you just kind of like put a question there or whatever, and somebody's willing to help. Like you don't need to call like a customer service in order to be answered something technical. You can also Google it. You can find it on YouTube. So, but like in general, that even if you don't know, even let's say that you just put your post on the blog and you don't do a single thing on like try to make it look better or whatever, it looks good. It looks professional.
Oh, yeah. It's great.
It does.
So, what do you hope to get out of? Why did you get involved with Empower Network?
Um, because honestly, I was already in like two network marketing companies before Empower Network. In both, I failed. On the first one, I last like 3 years. On the other, I last like 4 months. And after that one, that I stopped pretty much at the end of 2014, I said, you know what, I'm not gonna do a single thing. I'm not gonna look for. I focused on working out in the gym because it was like a thing that I wanted to do for always. I have always like been in the gym to get out 3 months, go back. So I wanted to focus on that. And through the entire last year, several times people knock on my door on like, oh yeah, you want to try to do this and that. Like, is this opportunity? And when you're already in network marketing, you're open to hear other opportunities. It's not like a person that have never listened to online marketing or network marketing is different. But me, I've been there. I've been in events. I've given presentations, all the stuff. And I received a link on Instagram, like almost at the end of the program that I was doing in the gym. And I say, you know what? I'm going almost gonna finish that stuff. I was able like to lose like 30 pounds. And then what? and I saw it. I saw the iPass 2 system. I'm on the iPass 2 system, and I got in. I said, you know what, Diego, let's do it. And I've been listening to the audio CDs, and the guys are doing a great job. And I think this is the evolution of network marketing. That's how I see it. Uh,
So, so tell me what products do you have? I'm all in. So what products do you have?
I'm all in.
Okay. So do you understand how the system itself works? Because it's actually pretty interesting. I've written a couple articles up about how you can actually really create passive, residual, asset driven monthly income for life. People really don't understand how significant, especially with the blogging system and the inner circle. Those are what you would call residual incomes because you pay for them every month. The other products you buy once and then it's pretty much you get your commission and you're done. Okay? But the blogging system and the inner circle, the audios, which is the motivation educational piece, they actually bring $87.50 a month in residual income to people who sell those two products. And, in the typical online or network marketing business, it takes a lot of customers to create what we call walkaway income. You're familiar with walkaway income? Okay, walkaway income means let's say you're making $2,000 or $4,000 in your normal job. To be able to walk away from your job, quit your job, you have to replace that with like online money that you earn from this particular business. So, but at $87.50, and the way that Empower is set up, what network marketing company were you involved with before?
the first one was called For Life. I don't know if you heard it. And the second was called Visalus.
So, oh, Visalis? Yeah, I've heard of Visalis.
That was the second.
So, tell me about your commission structure over there.
On For Life, it has a name. It wasn't a binary system. It was it has a name. Uh, mm, but it was that you pretty much bring 6 and 6 6 6. But the first level was a 2% of 100 points. 2% first level. Second level was 25%. Third level was 5%. Fourth level was like 6%. And once you have you're you get into like the second rank of the company, that fourth level will become a 12%, and then it comes like 2%, 2%, and 3%, and 3%, and you get
Right.
like also like a generational stuff like that. Like
So, a lot
according
of
to
a
I'm
lot of
sorry.
spread out, a lot of people getting little pieces of it.
Yeah, according to what I know, actually for life was one of like the highest pay rate. Like people will like the one that will get to the highest rank will get up to like 64% of what the company was made for every 100. You know. Um,
So that's what I really like about Empower Network is that one person or one business entity, we'll call it, gets the entire commission. So they get the full 70%. So it goes to one of two places. It either goes to you as the person who sells it, or it goes to your sponsor or a person upline that's qualified. In other words, to be able to get a commission, you either have already had to sold one of the products or you have to own the product. If you own the product, you can get the commission for it. So a lot of people aren't all in, and so what happens is that commission would pass up to somebody that has those products, and then they get the commission. But do you understand the significance of how you can grow the business and empower?
I'm applying everything that I can actually, like my daily activities, or I blog every day, either once or twice. Either I do it in English and in Spanish because I'm in Miami. Uh, I'm originally from Ecuador. I've been here for 7 years, and my first language is Spanish. And actually, it's interesting that when I was in Las Vegas, like 10 people told me to start blogging in Spanish
Right.
because and somebody told me, Diego, do it because actually, and I think it's true, there's way less competition in Spanish than in English because everybody's blogging in English. So if I do it in Spanish, and unfortunately, the thing is that honestly, I'm already doing like a big sacrifice every month because honestly, I'm not having like economical results yet. I have like small amounts, so I'm already making like sacrifice. I went all in, so yeah, I make a big sacrifice over there. And I see like in order to do something in Spanish, at least I have to buy my own capture pages in Spanish because, and some friends from Ecuador asked me, but I'm like, all the information was in English. Now I know that the product has subtitles in Spanish, but still the capture pages are in English.
Right.
I have to wait. I cannot like still work on that. I'm doing blogs in Spanish because still I see that the blog to post a blog is like giving a presentation in network marketing, but that presentation stays on the internet forever. So it's something that you don't lose as long as, okay, of course, that you maintain your blogging system. Yeah, you have access and
Right, but I think the thing is you've got a really good connection if you know Spanish because it's a huge market out there that's hardly being tapped into right now by anybody. So you've got a great advantage. Um,
even like Americans, like other white people that was there told me that they wish they talk Spanish because if they knew Spanish, they would start blogging right now in Spanish. And
right.
there's a guy that I don't know if you've seen it. You did the 21 day the challenge, the blogging challenge.
Yes, yes.
Are you following like some people like the group, the community? There's a kid called Brian Kane. I don't know
Right.
if you've seen the guy. He has some posts, like he posts like some pictures, and I see that he takes a lot of like he has very good organic traffic. And I was able to talk with the guy. I don't know how. I think he's 23, 24, and I think he only lives by doing Empower Network. So the guy is having his results, and he's the one that told me no, start doing it in Spanish, start doing it in Spanish. So when some other people tell you to do stuff and maybe they don't have the financial results, I listen, but I pay more attention to the ones that, yeah, they have their final result. And if that kid told me that stuff, especially having that organic traffic, I was like, okay.
Yeah, I think that you've got some great opportunity, and I think that you're going to be able to expand your business. But the thing that's so important is they say go all in, okay? And I understand that, but not everybody can afford to do that, okay? It'd be nice if everybody could, but they can't. But you don't have to. And that's the important thing. Do you realize that that's why I want to go through this for just a couple minutes is like I said, if you buy the blog and the inner circle, that costs $125 because the blog's 25 and the inner circle's 100. Okay, well you make 70% off of that, or somebody makes 70%. One business entity is going to get 70% on your first, your third, your fifth, your 10th, your 15th, and 20. Those will get passed up to your sponsor. We'll say your sponsor's all in, so your sponsor gets it all. But on your second, fourth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, up to 20, you get all those. So let's say that you sponsor 24 people, okay? And you get them to get into the inner circle in the blog. Well, basically, out of the 24, you're going to pass up 6, and you're going to keep 18. Well, you're going to be making $1,575 a month off of those 18 people, okay? So rather than focusing on getting more people under you, you focus on helping your 18 people that are on your front line, your affiliates, your business partners, get their 24. Because when they get their 24, each one of them is going to pass up 6 to you because that's just the way the system works. So now when you help your 18 get their 24, okay, you'll have 126 people that are paying you $87.50 a month for the rest of your life. And the reason they'll be doing that is because they have 18 people, which you're paying them 1,500 from just being um, affiliate customers, but actually assets to you because they're making 1,575. They're not going to quit. They won't quit when they're making that kind of money. Okay,
No, no.
so people go out and they say, well, we got to get all of these leads. We got to get all of these people. No, you need to get some 24, and then you need to focus on getting your 24, the 24 that they need, instead of worried about you continuing to grow your business, because it'll become natural. Like you're all in, okay? Well, once these people are getting their 1,500, or I mean, when you get 126, you're making $11,025 a month for life. Okay, you can afford to get all in then. You can afford to buy the products. You can afford at that time to go to paid traffic if you want to go do that. But the key is to get your downline, the people that you sponsor, to success, so that they've got 24 people in their line, and then they in turn go and help their people get 24, because that's where the security is. That's where the past. Have you heard the term passive residual income before?
Yes, yes.
Okay, well, that's where that comes from. That comes from you helping your people that you bring in get their 24. See, you don't need to have, they say, well, you do this, you'll get 100 or 200 or 500 leads in a week, okay? Well, the key is to convert those leads into real paying customer or affiliates, okay? That's where the money's at, is making the sell. But they need to understand that this isn't this monstrous business that I mean, if you look at most retail stores, 24 customers is hardly any customers, okay? But
Yeah.
but in Power Network, if you get 24 customers that are buying the blogging system in the inner circle every month, okay, and they're paying you 87.50, 100 customers, and you're making over $10,000 a month. I mean, it's huge, okay? And so people don't really think about that. They don't go through that process. Do you read books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and all those positive motivation books?
Well, more actually, lately I have not been able to read it. I read the Napoleon Hill book, but I'm more like into watching videos.
Yeah.
I'm more like into watching videos, personal development videos, stuff like that, because uh, it's if not,
No,
I
that's
think
fine. I was just wondering if you'd heard some of those terms,
yes,
because
yes.
one of the things that Robert Kiyosaki talks about in Rich Dad, Poor Dad is being able to count the numbers. Okay, can you count the numbers in the business opportunity? A lot of people get into Empower Network and they don't go through the numbers. Why is Empower Network such a lucrative? Why is everybody excited about it? Well, they're excited about it because the amount of energy you have to put into the business is so much less than what you would have to do in any other business. Because what you can, like I said, $87.50 a commission if you can get just the person to get in, and that's $5 a day, folks. I mean, that's what you tell people. I can teach you how to build your business to $11,000 a month, and you only need to invest $5 a day. That's $150 a month. Okay?
Well, let
Because
me.
you're buying the inner circle, and you're buying the blog, and you're paying for your affiliate dues. Now you're in iPass 2, I'm in iPass 2 also. Okay? So there's
Uh,
additional costs there. Okay?
yeah,
But if
let
you
me.
would just go ahead.
No, just to ask about you, your life, where you live, how long
Oh, okay. Yeah, I live in California. I live on the West Coast.
LA?
I know actually up north, just outside Sacramento, the capital.
Oh, I've been in LA. That's where I was twice.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, and then you went out to Las Vegas, so that was a nice little trip.
Yeah, it was Las Vegas. I thought it had some lights and that's it, but no, that the place it's really nice. It's
Oh, yeah.
expensive too, but yeah, really nice to visit and to be there. The only problem it was like it's cold. It was cold, and you go there to walk and see, and it was cold, so that kind of like sucks. But yeah, it was good. It was nice. The
Yeah,
only
this time of year, yeah, definitely. So tell me, what do you do outside of Empower Network?
Oh, I work in a company where we assemble like lab machines.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
we build lab machines for like hospitals, is universities. Most of them go like to big universities in China and Japan. And yeah, I've been there for like 7 years, 5 years like part of the company, and two more like as a temp. And yeah, I've been there, and now I'm doing this on a side.
Well,
So
that's good. Well, that's good. You got a nice, solid job for right now, and yeah, and it gives you the opportunity to build on the outside. I'm
yeah.
retired. I worked for Intel Corporation for 30 years. Have you heard
Oh,
of Intel?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So yeah, so I was in all of the IT stuff, engineering. I was in corporate security, all the kinds of things that really, now that we're big on the internet, I was doing all that stuff while I worked at Intel Corporation. So
And how
I just,
you came out, or did you did something before Empower Network, like on a side, or
yeah. See, what happened was I got, because I was in the corporate world for all those years. Um, and they can run you ragged in the corporate world, working 60, 80 hours a week trying to
actually
make.
my job is honestly, I'm like where I work. I'm the assembler of the units, which means I'm kind of like the bottom of the entire pyramid. Okay, I'm not in the office. I'm not a corporate guy, and honestly, I don't want to be the corporate guy because I get out at 3:30.
Oh, okay, well that's good. Yeah, well, see, I was working 80 hours a week
I see
for.
that. I see all the people over there like on the corporate. No,
Yeah.
no, and I
Well,
know that they're making maybe twice that I'm what I'm doing, but no,
yeah, you don't get to live a life. You don't have a good life.
no.
So back in the 80s, back in the 1980s, there was a company that was doing MLM marketing. It was called Amway Corporation. You probably heard about
Yeah,
it.
yes, of course.
But they got me hooked on the fact that you can work with people and you can multiply your money. Okay. Now their program wasn't that good because you had to sell thousands and thousands of dollars of product and to make any money, and it was really difficult for people to create income. That's why I'm so excited about Empower, is because the commissions are so good, so lucrative. Okay. And people need to be educated on the term I used, passive residual asset driven monthly income for life. That is a huge, I know that's a big sentence, but all those words put together, okay, there isn't a company out there that can touch Empower Network in that regard, creating that kind of pay scale. Okay, and that's on their two lower level products. We're not talking about the new ones that they came, the inner circle or the what are the, well, it was Costa Rica 15K and the Mastermind, which now they've changed them. I can't, I don't remember what they changed them to, but anyway. But those three higher scale products really are for people that are in the business longer and have established a good business cash flow revenue income, because that's when you're going to take that money that you're earning from those products and you're going to invest it to continue to grow your business. When you first get in the business, the two products you really need is the like I said, the blogging, the inner circle, because that's where, a lot of people don't have $4,000 or $5,000 to invest to get all in, and so it's tough for them, and it becomes a pressure thing instead of a release. And I sell this business as a release to people. This is going to free you. This is going to help you get to where you want to go financially, and also with maybe your job that you're working, you're not really happy with it because you don't get to spend as much time with your family. So I try to work with people to encourage them, and what I say is I try to breathe life into people so that they're excited about what's going on. And so I don't really put the all in. I don't put that pressure, because I try to find where people are and help them through the process of, okay, what's your budget? What's your monthly budget got to be? What are you going to do? It's really, like I said, $5 a day. You don't have to invest in a lot of stuff, and then you use social media such as LinkedIn, and you use Facebook and Twitter, and um, some of these other social medias that allow you to get access to people that are looking for the same thing. And with the new blogging system that we have and the new funnel system that they're coming out with, what's happening is you're going to be able to touch a lot of people a lot easier. And Dave, when he first got started, Dave Wood, the founder of Empower, he didn't have money to spend on paid advertising, so he used his blogging system. But he came from the same area that I came. He came from Amway, and Amway has what's called a culture, and that's what he's built into Empower Network, is the culture. It's more of a family culture. It's more of a people working together, teamwork culture. And that's why he's doing the inner circle tapes and all those things, because that helps people learn what they need to learn. Plus, it puts a culture where everybody's got like-minded stuff. So, have you had a chance to get into the back office of Empower and look at some of the new tapes and series training that they've got? It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
I did the 8 steps, the 8 core steps. Maybe I'm missing like 2 videos on the Costa Rica Mine Intense program. Maybe I'm missing like 2 videos on the 15K. I just got the master's course, so I have watched like 6, 7 videos, because that's one of those videos is like 3 hours. The training is excellent,
Right,
but
right. But they've changed all those out now to top producer. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, but actually the thing is that if you were able to buy the masters before a certain time, they left you the masters, the Costa Rica, and give you in like the top producer and all the stuff. So
Right, right. No, I'm just saying, but those are totally different than the original Costa Rica 15K and Mastermind. They're
I
totally,
have not been able to watch it,
they're
but
totally different. I
they look
mean, and Dave has put them together in a package that really will carry people through a process, like I said. And he's explaining what the blogging system is, why he came out with the blogging system. He's explaining why he's got the inner circle, and then the top producer, and I can't remember the other two. Um,
yeah, yeah, it was like building top producer, like building the team, something like that.
yeah, the team building one, and then the last one was the replacement for the mastermind. But I mean, those he has a reason behind each one of those series. Okay, and it's basically, as you build your business, you're going to need those skill sets. So that's why the all in is so important, is because as your business starts to expand and you become more of a leader and your group gets bigger and bigger, these skills are going to be needed to help your people, because you're going to be you're going to need those skills to manage them and to help them grow as individuals. And so it's really interesting the way he put this whole thing together. And it's about talking to people. I mean, like you said, you like to talk to people, you like to present. Well, those skills are very, very important as your team gets bigger and bigger because you're going to be, like I said, breathing life into these people. These people are going to be excited about the things you say and you do, and that's what's going to motivate them to make it to the next level. And the events are important too. Absolutely, to go to the events because that's where you bond with these people because you're going to be meeting people all over the world, especially if you're doing a lot of Spanish. You're going to have a lot of people all over, especially in South America, into there that they've never had this opportunity before. This is going to be just incredible.
They never had it, but the thing is that over there, like for example, I'm gonna give you an example. In my country, in Ecuador, the basic salary is like $340.
Right.
So it's still uh, gotta wait some time, and because I know that like for over there, I heard that there's like a big leader in Peru called Tatiana Torres. I've heard that there's like a big leader in Spain, Elena Fraga. Haven't been able to check their Tatiana, yeah, being able to check their stuff a little bit, but you know, it's just that I see that they have their own like if it's in Spanish, you have to create your own pretty much capture page and all the stuff. So that's the other step that I'm for now. I have to wait. I have to wait to make
Well,
some money.
I was working with somebody in India, and I've got an idea for you that might work, that might help you. And that is that because of the dollar difference between the currencies between the U.S. and these other countries, I don't know what the currency between Ecuador and the United States is. What's
Actually,
the,
is it we use the same dollar, American dollar.
oh, you do?
Yeah, that's
Is
the
it
same.
where is it the same value?
Yeah, the same, pretty much. Just that
Oh,
maybe
that's
over there
good.
things are cheaper.
Well, that's good. But see, in India, it's like 5 to 1. So if you're going to do $25, it's like $125 over
Yeah.
there, U.S. versus India. So what I was talking to people over there was because it's so much more, you create a pod of like say 5 people, and they buy the business together, and they build that business up, and then they can start to split off as they build bigger revenue streams. And so they have to really team up as a team of people because the lower class of the community would be completely out. They couldn't get involved because they wouldn't make enough money, and so they have to figure out a way to get pools of people together that will work with each other, and then they'll as they grow their business, people will start peeling off and running the business by themselves. But with Ecuador, if it's pretty much the same as the United States, then you don't have that issue to probably work with, unless their wages are a lot less.
Yeah, their wages are low. Yeah, like 340 a month.
So then you may need to put teams of people together to start businesses, and then, like I said, as the business starts to grow, then they can start to do a lottery to where 1 or 2 people one person gets out first, and they help that person get out, and then the next one, and eventually all 5 of them are running their own Empower Network business by themselves. But it's just a different way of looking at it. I mean, in the United States, you make enough salary that you can afford the 125 or whatever,
Yeah,
the
the 25.
150.
Yeah. Actually, it was funny because somebody sent a message to Alex Subarev, which is the guy from Russia, I think, or Ukraine, who is one of the like, close. He's getting close to become a millionaire. He's doing a really good job. And it was funny because I saw that he took a picture of someone that messaged him asking if they needed money to do the business.
Yeah, it is. Well, that's good. So I'm really excited about this. I think you're probably you're really good excited about it also. So
Yeah, I'm happy with the new. I don't know if you connected to the webcast tonight.
Yeah, I
I
missed
think it's at
part of it. I
6
saw the last half of it, but I had to pick up my wife from work, so I missed the first part. So I'm gonna have to watch it in the morning.
Ah, yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. They have the replay.
Yeah,
Uh, oh, yeah. The guy says that of course, that he cannot guarantee anything, but that he's having like a 30-40% more results compared to the other like funnels, pretty much. No, and it looks great. I was watching the one that it takes like a longer time to see it, and it looks fine. It looks great, and I do believe that he's gonna make like 100 millionaires every year. I see the guy. Uh, his vision is big, and he knows how to express that vision so other people can see it. And honestly, I'm just working this every day. I'm posting stuff every day. Then I share it into. This is what I'm doing. I'm sharing it into groups on Facebook, and then I'll comment on other. I go and comment on people that post in the 21 Day Block Challenge, and tell them to comment, and they comment back to me, and that's pretty much what I'm doing. And sharing my stuff on Twitter. I'm making a video. Every post that I make a video for every post, and I'll put it on YouTube. So I put the link of my post on YouTube, and and
that's
and
great. So who's your sponsor?
it's a guy called Ben Z and Matt C. I don't know. I've been looking for the guy on Google, and according to Google, he's the co-founder of the Prosperity team.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm in the
I
prosperity team.
I called the guy, I text the guy, I sent a message to the guy. He answered me once, and that's it.
That's funny. See, I'm more closely related to all of my affiliate customers because, like I said, because of maybe it's because of Amway. When I got into Amway, it was really a tight knit group, and so whenever I bring somebody into business, I feel like I'm responsible for helping them become successful, and so I get tightly knit to these people, not to tell them what to do or anything, but if they do need some help, I feel like I need to be there to help them and to answer their questions and to give them the encouragement that they need because this is different. I mean, when you go to a job and you work a job, it's sort of like that there's somebody there that's going to help you get through the day. This, you're on your own. You own your own business. You got to be your own uh, driver to
Your
make
own
it
boss.
happen. Yeah.
hmm And no, I mean, I understand if I'm right, if the guy is up there, I understand because he already did his job, he already did the work, and he is enjoying of what he did. Um, it still sucks for me, but I haven't complained at all. I'm not gonna wait for the guy. I have to keep doing my stuff, and so that's why I connect to the webcast. I follow the people on Facebook and go to events because if I don't have the coach like or the sponsor really close, I have to connect to the other people because I have to make it work.
No,
And
that's good. That's really
yeah,
good.
no, I'm not, no, no, I don't cry for I'm not gonna
But
be
I mean,
crying
you're
for.
all in. So I'm just saying, you got all in. He doesn't give you any time, and you got all in. That doesn't even make sense to me. I'm sorry. You invested. You said, I'm serious about doing this. I'm going to get all in. I'm going to make the sacrifice. And to me, if somebody gets all in, I'm there for them. I'll be on the phone. I'll talk to them. I'll say, look at what, and if they say I don't need your help, then I'll stay away because I'm not going to get involved with them if they don't want my help. But if they need my help, I'm willing to. I mean, they made an investment, and they made an investment in me too because if I'm their sponsor and they got all in, then I made money, the 70% off of the products they bought. And so it just doesn't make sense to me not to get involved. Not only that, because you made a huge commitment. When you bought what you bought, you made a huge commitment to say, I'm serious about making this business work. Okay? Well, there's not everybody does that. Not everybody that gets in makes that kind of a commitment. If somebody's willing to make that kind of a financial commitment, I'm there for them because I know what it takes to make that kind of commitment. So anyway, I'm glad that you got other people you're working with, and we'll link up on we'll link up through Facebook and the different groups, the 21-day blogging. You're with iPath, so you're a Black Card member too, then.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're in all of the same groups I'm at. So I post things. You've probably seen a couple of my posts about where I go on about the numbers. The numbers are so impressive that I think people are missing it. I mean, like I said, $5 a day. I mean, that's all it really takes to become very successful at this business. Because if you use the social media, you don't necessarily need to go outside of that. I mean, how many different groups are you on in Facebook? Lots, right?
Lots, yeah, lots. Because actually, on my blog, I write about online marketing and personal development because that's the things that I like. That's
Right, right.
the
No.
things that I don't watch TV. I just watch personal development videos or blogs. So that's the things that I take to write on my blog. So I, enroll or add myself on those groups so I can share my blog on that.
Okay, but do you go over to the right-hand column of Facebook and look at the number of people that are in the members that are in the group? Some of them have 76,000 people in the group, members. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, there's something wrong with this picture. Because if there's 76 or 79,000 people, now a lot of these groups have the same people. You're right, because you're in 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 or whatever you're in. Okay, I am too. Okay, so maybe that gets diluted down to 30,000. Let's just say 50% of them are same people in other groups. But that doesn't matter to me because I'm sitting there saying to myself, we're all look. I mean, I think. Let me ask you this question: the term I use, passive, residual, asset driven, monthly income for life. Is that what you're looking for?
Honestly, I mean, right now, the one that I'm looking for is like the fast commissions because I have to pay what I invested. But because pretty much the residuals are like in the middle long run. Like the short run is pretty much the other commissions.
Well, how much would you like to be earning a month?
Me, my goal is 30,000 a month.
Okay, 30,000. Okay. But let's say right now, what are your bills? How much to for you to pay everything, okay, every month and not have any debt whatsoever? What's that number? I mean, that's the real number. The 30,000 is a dream, is a plan down the road. But for you to be able to take care of all your monthly bills, that's what everybody has to look at is what am I paying now to survive? Okay? Gas, rent, car payment, whatever you're paying for. Okay? That's really what people should be looking at and say, okay, what I want to do is I want to replace
No,
this
yeah. I
cost.
mean, yeah. That's all, like my first goal. Like, yeah, I you asked me the one that I want. Yeah, that's the one that I always visualize and then this and that. But like my first goal right now is to quit my job. You know,
Right.
that
So how much would that be? 3,000, 5,000? What would that be?
pretty much with the 3,000, I'm good. Pretty much.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. So this is where Robert Kiyosaki talks about. Do you know the Can you read the numbers? Okay. So if you $3,000, what's okay? I'll tell you just a second. I'll tell you exactly.
36,000 a
You're
year.
saying $3,000 a month, right? To quit your job.
Mhm.
Okay. So that'd be 3000. You need 34 people in your downline. That's all you need. 34 people in your downline. I mean, that when you say the numbers, okay, you need to sponsor 34 people that are buying the blog and the inner circle, okay, because those are residual products. Every month they replace them, and if they're in the business, and I use a term called affiliate customer, because you're an affiliate and you're a customer, okay. This is what people need to start thinking about, okay, because really, and if you get 10 people, okay, or if you got 24 people, like I said, if you use just the 24, okay, you're going to get to that 34 pretty quickly. Because once you got your 24, you're passing up 6, you got 18, you're going to help your 18 get their 24, okay? And if you look at it that way, that changes the whole dimension of what you're doing. Now, if some of those people get all in because they can afford it, that's fine. So that just helps you out that much more. But if they can't get all in, you don't care. Because what you're saying is you need to get the blogging system and you need to get the inner circle system, because that's where the money's coming in every month. The all in doesn't, you have to regenerate that every time. You have to regenerate all in every time. But you don't have to regenerate the inner circle or the blog,
Yeah, because
because those, they're signing up once a month to pay every month. Okay? And so that's what I'm saying. If people would focus that and say, look at how much do you need to walk away? I mean, yeah, I know your goal is $30,000 a month. Okay? That's a great goal. But really, the same thing is when you did all in, okay? People that buy whatever they buy, well, let's say they buy the inner circle and the blogging system, they put it on their credit card. They got 31 days if to pay that, to basically pay that back, and then to pay it the next month. So their goal is I've got to make enough sales to cover my monthly expenses. Okay? Rather than looking at this big hard nut that they have to crack if they spent $4,000 to get all in, okay? And in most people, that would petrify them. Okay, they get all in, and then all of a sudden, from day one, they're worried about, okay, now I got to start paying that back. Okay, that's why I want to try to move people out of that. I want to say, look at I want you to go all in, and I want you to have your mindset of all in, because you're going to need those products down the road to expand your business. Okay, you need them. Okay, but you've got to get your business off the ground first. You've got to get cash flow coming in, revenue coming in every month. So what's the best way to do that? Well, if I could take a look at your budget and we can get $150 out of your budget, okay, then we've got a place to go. These are the kind of things that I would recommend that you put in your blogs, okay? How you're teaching people to say, okay, I understand. We're all in a situation where we only have so much money coming in on a monthly basis from our jobs, whatever that is. Okay? We want to get beyond that. So to do that, that's where teamwork comes in. Okay? And that's where this asset driven, when you can turn a person into an asset, see, because we all are an asset to somebody. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Because you spend money. Do you rent or do you buy a house?
No, I rent. I rent. I
Okay,
live here.
so
Yeah.
you're an asset to the to the house. If you rent a house or an apartment, let's say you rent an apartment, so you're an asset to the apartment. Okay, now you pay whatever you pay. Let's say you pay $600 for your apartment. I don't know how much. I'll just make a number up. So you pay 600. So now part of that 600 pays for the building for them, and part of it is profit for them. Okay, that's why they're renting. Okay, so you're an asset because every month you come back and you pay your rent. Okay, when you go to the grocery store, pretty much we're creatures of habit, so we go to the same grocery store every month. We go to the same gas station. We pay for our car insurance. Okay, if we're buying a car, we're going to the same company that wherever we funded it, if we're paying payments on it. So they're charging us interest. So we're an asset to almost everything we spend our money on, okay? Because we're basically paying them more than just paying for the goods. We're paying them over and above. So that means they're making money off of us. And that's the definition in Rich Dad Poor Dad, is the definition of an asset is something that pays you
That
month to
brings you
month.
money.
Okay? So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get people in the mindset that says, okay, is your money working for you or are you working for your money? Well, 99% of the people are working for money. Their money is not working for them. So we're making a switch for them. You understand what I'm saying? We're saying, okay, we're going to help you put your money into a position that it can work for you, okay? So you're going to become an asset to your sponsor. And your asset's going to be basically you're spending $125 a month for the inner circle and the blogging system, and you're paying them an asset of $87.50. Okay, so now you have the right to sell those products to other people, and they will become an asset to you. But for them to be a long-term asset to you, you need to make sure they're making money. So that's why I've got this. I call my system the Impact 145 because it's what it costs, $144.95 a month. So I call it 145, 2424, and then I call it the one funnel system. And that's where the teamwork comes in. So let me explain why this is what I try to come up with slogans so people remember them because they say them over and over again. So EN is Empower Network, and PACT is a pact of people, like-minded people, headed in the same direction. That's what a pact is in the definition. 145, I already explained that. That's the blogging system, the inner circle, and the Empower Network affiliate dues. Okay, that's the 145. And the 2424 means your first position is to get 24 people. Your second position is to make sure your 24 people get their 24 people. So instead of building wide, after you get 24, you're going to pass up 6. You're going to keep 18, and now you're going to help all 24 because the people who got passed up, they didn't have a choice. I mean, that's just part of the system. Whenever they came in to the system, they got automatically passed up. If they were 1, 3, 5, 10, 15, or 20, they got passed up. That's part of the system of Empower Network. Okay, those people get passed up to the next qualified person. So you got to help them too. You can't just help the 18 that are still on your front line. You got to help all 24 people. But anyway, so the point is after you get them in and they got their 24 and they passed theirs up, you got 126 on your front line, and you're getting paid $87.50 each. And if they can understand this, if they can understand this simple understanding, this concept, okay, then the teamwork and the value add is tremendous, because everybody's working together with everybody so that everybody at least gets a minimum of 24 people passing up 6, keeping 18. They're at $1,575 a month. That's half of your nut that you crack. You're saying if I could get 18 people, I'm halfway to quitting my job, right? 1575. Does this make sense?
Yes, 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 yes.
So that's what I'm blogging about, and I'm saying, look at folks. There's never been a company out there that gives you 170. They were giving 100%, but they were going broke, so they had to change it to 70. But they give you 70%.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Somebody told me like, oh, I was there, but they changed it to 70%, and I'm like, I got in already when they were at 70%, and it's still 70% is
Yeah, it'll be
it's a good
70%.
amount.
Well, they
And that's
used
what
to
I
give
thought. I
100%.
never knew the story behind why they changed it. But you don't have to be uh, very genius to know that maybe yeah they were giving too much.
Yeah, they were giving too much, and they weren't investing. All the new things you're seeing now, that 30% goes to invest in all of the new funnels, the Kalatu blogging system. That 30% basically paid for the company to expand itself. Well worth it. Well worth it. Okay.
No, yes, not worth it. It's
But
true.
see the difference people need to understand because you were in that one program where you explained all these 2% here, 2% there, all this kind of stuff. The commissions were split up all over the place. Commissions at Empower, they're not split up. It's a 70% commission. It either goes to you or it gets passed up to the qualified person. Those are the only two places it goes. That 70% doesn't get spread out. Now, if Dave decides out of the 30%, he wants to give out bonuses, like they have these bonuses where people make money, get money um, for top leader and all that kind of stuff. That comes out of the 30% that goes into the company. So he pays that out of the corporate money. So the commissions stay exactly where they're at. You understand what I'm saying? So it's really important that people understand that they can't go anywhere else and get this kind of commission scheme. They can't go anywhere else and get this lucrative of a paycheck. I mean, go to any business you know that have 126 customers and they're making $11,000 a month income. Do you know any of them?
No, and actually the other day I was thinking, I think right now Empower Network has like 15 millionaires
Yeah,
around. Uh, at least in the other companies that I was, well, I don't remember by silos, but the other For Life has like maybe For Life it's been for 17 years now,
right,
and I don't think they have that many millionaires.
right. Well,
I'm
because
not sure. At least, and maybe they have it, but in 17 years, Power Network have them in 3 years.
through you.
And the advantage that the Power Network has, which that I say that it allows Empower Network to give that much value back, like the 70%, is because the products of a Power Network are not physical, are not tangible, if that's the right way to say it. They are
They are
digital.
tangible, but they're not physical. You're right. They're very tangible. The blogging system's
So
it's a
that means that you don't need to pay for people to produce it, to elaborate it, and other stuff. It's like in a CD, for some way to say it, and you
yeah,
just
it's
make copies of
digital.
that CD. So
It's
that
digital.
allows Empower Network to give that
Right.
many percent back.
Right, but you're right on. You're dead right, and that's you want to expand it. You're there, but now you need to finish explaining it because you're right on. First of all, it's a digital product. Okay. Second of all, most everybody owns a computer. Okay, and most computers come with 500 to terabyte of data. Okay, on their disk drives. So any storage is stored by the person who's got the computer. So there's no extra cost in creating this. So if you download, like all the files we download and all the videos we download, okay, and then everybody's got internet, okay, some have slower internet. But that all plays a huge part in the cost of doing business. It's all taken care of because everybody, it's sort of like J. Paul Getty says, I'd rather have 1% of 100 people than 100% of one person. Well, that's where this leverage all comes in because everybody has their own computers, they have their own disk space, they have their own network connection that they pay for, which is all part of the business, but it's a business cost that's already been taken care of because people to get on the network they had to buy the internet connection, they had to buy the computer or the smartphone or whichever way, however they get to it. Okay, so those are all business costs that you're right are not required anymore because everybody does it for themselves. And then, of course, you don't have to manufacture like. I mean, if you go on the back office of Empower Network, they've got these pictures of the products in boxes. What every boxes? Nothing gets shipped in boxes. It gets shipped over the internet, and it gets downloaded to your computer. And there's no shrink wrap or anything. There's no having to pay
I don't,
for anything.
that's
What do
all
we, that's
for
it.
sure.
So I mean, I worked for, like I said, Intel for 30 years, and I understood we had hardcore physical microprocessors and memory chips. We had to physically make them in fabs. It cost billions of dollars to create these products, and then we had to ship them and warehouse them and do all that kind of stuff. In Power Network, it's almost like creating money out of thin air, and it's intellectual product. It's intellectual information. This is real stuff. I mean, when Dave creates a video and he trains through his videos, this is huge stuff. I mean, this is important stuff, and it's valuable stuff. But because of the way it's created in the digital world, okay, and the way it's multiplied by just copy and paste, okay, then there is no cost. And that's where you got to be able to explain that. I mean, I know you know it, but then you got to take it to the next level and explain it and say that's why everybody can get into this thing for $5 a day and make $11,000 on 126 customers. That's why we can do that. Okay, and because Dave is so generous at giving a 70% commission profit out of the $125 that's created. And then everybody else, if you look at the inner circle, okay, all of the inner circle tapes are made by people like you and me. We become successful and we tell our story. That becomes an inner circle tape for us to listen to inspire us. So that didn't cost anything either, because why? We're willing to do it because we're so
Yeah,
excited
that too.
about what we're doing. I mean,
That's right.
that's why this company is so phenomenal. So, I mean, and that's why we're having this discussion here in this hangout, because we're helping each other really understand what we've got a hold of, so then in turn we can go give it to somebody else. We can share it with somebody else. That's why these hangouts are so important. So, anyway, I get excited. I maybe get too overexcited.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Actually, I was thinking, like that's the way I have to, like, I don't know, I'm like very, I don't know, I'm like when I have to like show like I don't know character or something like that, I do it, but I'm like I don't know, I have to be like also like very more like pomp or I don't know, some way to say it, but um, actually, Bob, I wanted to ask you something. Um, like, are you having like great results with the system? Are you having really big results? You're in there.
Yeah, I actually haven't had that big of results yet because I've been spending more time, like I said, putting together the systems that I could present to people. Because I really, like I said, to me, the most important thing to me is that when I bring somebody into this, okay, they know that if they fail, it's because they're absolutely doing nothing, not because the system doesn't work. It, I mean, the system works. I mean, there's
Yes.
every every time something gets sold, you get a 70% commission. So if you can't sell, okay, then you need to ask yourself, why can't you sell? And that's where I feel my responsibility is to help you share instead of sell. And that's where I'm at. And right now, I've just got everything together, and I feel so comfortable. That's why I reached out to you, because I want to do the same thing. I'm going to reach out to everyone. I'm going to have these hangouts with people and just explain this to them through these Hangouts. That's why I wanted to get on. This is the first time I figured out how to get on Google. See, this is taped. This is recorded. You can share this if you want to.
Yeah,
Once,
yeah, that's what I read, that it's recorded.
yeah. So what we'll do is I'm gonna put it on my blog and say, okay, I had this Hangout and we discussed all of the features. Then when they look at the stuff that the professional stuff that came out, we're the real live stuff. We're not the professional marketeers here. We're just people hanging out, explaining why we like what we're doing, okay, and why we believe in what we're doing. So this just ties in to the other stuff. So when you put your capture pages and you put that on your blog, and these yeah, these the things that they're giving us out now, so we can send it out over the thing. Then what happens is they'll watch those, but then they'll see these too. They'll say,
No,
okay, well let's figure out what these guys are all about.
no, it's just that the audio was kind of like cutting. So that's why I was like waiting, because like the audio was cutting a little bit.
Right. But I believe within 3 weeks they'll have the Spanish version of this stuff out, ready to go.
3 weeks, you think? That quick?
Oh yeah, they're not going to waste their time. They've already got some Portuguese stuff. They already have some stuff already. Actually, did you go to the one funnel that shows the map of the people all across the world?
Yeah, it has some. Yeah, a guy in Paulo
Yeah,
Barroso.
if you look at some of those videos, they're already in those languages.
Oh, no, no, no! I have not been able to have access to the funnel. I was gonna watch it. I watched one of them, uh, but I was like I just watched like the main video. Like I didn't, and I think
Yeah, if you
I
go
don't.
down through it where it shows all of the map of all the different people that are successful
It's in
in
Portuguese, so I
different
have to check.
countries in different languages. There's Russian and there's uh, Polish, Polish, whatever.
Gotta
It's
check on
just
that.
yeah. Those people have put those in, and then you can translate it into English actually from what it was in the other languages. So yeah, it's amazing. That's what I said. So they're not gonna waste any time on this.
Well, well,
They're excited.
yeah, and they have a lot to work on.
The thing is, we got to figure out how to break it down so that we aren't giving them a fire hose to our people. You know what I'm saying? We got to give them little bits and pieces because otherwise you overwhelm them. I mean, we know a lot. The more we have these hangouts, the more we know. Okay, the more excited, the more information we have. But we got to figure out how to give that to people who are just coming in that know nothing. So that's going to be the key. That's going to be the real key of success is giving people just enough information and then taking them to the next level and taking them to the next level to where they start to understand. See, because the key is knowing. You know, you go through two phases. You go through the hope phase, which you have your dream, okay? And and they talked about that level up or whatever it's called. You know, where you go up through, they're trying to take people through steps. The first
Hmm.
one is trust. Okay, you trust me. Well, that's what we're really trying to do is we're trying to get people to trust. But the point of the matter is what I want to try to get people to do is know. I believe in Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, and so we talk about hope and faith. So I have faith in God. Okay, so my thing is faith is knowing. Okay, it's not hope is hope. It's like, oh, I really hope this happens. That's a dream. Okay, a vision. Okay, that's where hope is. But when you convert over to faith, you know you're living faith. You're living it because you know it's going to happen. It may not happen right now, but you're going through all the steps because you know if you go through the steps, the end is going to happen. It's going to take place. Okay, and so that's what we're doing is we're trying to get people from hope to faith. And so that's why they get involved because they once it clicks in their mind and they know, they say, "Wow, Just like when it clicks in their mind that 8750 is coming to them, they only have to make 24 sales and they're getting $1,575 a month. 24 sales is hardly anything compared. I mean, if you're a real salesman, if you're in a grocery store or you're at Macy's or Nordstrom's or some clothing store, Penny's or whatever you call it, how many sales do they have to make a day to keep that business open? This is nothing. And it's passive. It's a residual. Because once they're committed, they're going to buy it every month. The blogging system, they're going to use the blog because that's part of their business. Then they can write it off as a business expense. And then the same thing with the inner circle. They're going to use it to strengthen their mind every month and give them motivation. And it's training because everybody teaches you how they made it to where they're at. So you're learning all these different aspects of how they approached the business for them, and you're applying the little tiny pieces that you can use for yourself. And the same thing with that, you can write that off as a business expense because it's part of your business. And so, I mean, it's all these things that people don't think about that we need to, that's why the blog, that's great. The blog educates people. I'm the same way as you. I want to educate people on how to put this business together and make it a passive, residual, asset-driven, lifetime income for them. And then after that, then my blog will go on to taxes. How do you set your business up so you don't have to pay so many taxes? How do you set your business up so you can invest in other things like gold and silver, things outside of this? I mean, the whole thing is you want to expand this, but you can only give them so much at the beginning. And then as they get more and more, then you can add more stuff and help them. Just like at the beginning, some people you say $5 a day. Well, maybe you have to put on your blog, how do you budget $5 a day? How do you go back into your expenses on a monthly basis and give yourself $5 a day? Because if you don't set yourself up for success, that's what my blog is, Success versus Failure. That's the name of my blog, okay? And then I just blog on all the things you do successfully, and if you don't do them successfully, you're going to end up in the failure category. So I give people the contrast. Okay, you want to be successful? Do this. If you don't, you're going to be in the failure bucket. Okay, so that's what my blog's all about. And so, because I'm 60 years old, okay? I just turned 60. I've got a lot of experience, and I figure, I should share that with people so they don't make the same mistakes I made all my life.
Better later than never.
That's right. Well, you know about McDonald's, right? The franchise company, burger company. Well, Ray Kroc was 59 years old when he started McDonald's. Okay.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that he was 59. I know the story, but I
He
didn't
was
know how much.
59 when he started that franchise. So, I mean, it's never too late. So.
Yeah, never too late.
Okay, well, I'll let you go. It's probably really late there. It's probably 12 o'clock.
That's something that I was gonna tell you over here. Yeah, it's 3 hours more.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you getting on this. I've never done this before.
No, me neither.
It's really easy, so it's worked out good. So I'll have to send you a copy of or how to get to the video.
Well, go ahead. Honestly, let me see. Screen share, showcase, capture. I have to show you on that site because mine is not sure something like that. So it has to be on your site. Maybe.
Yeah, it's on my YouTube site. That's where it'll end up. So once I do that, we'll go from there.
Okay.
So I'll have all your information. It should be on this when it tapes it. I mean when it records it. I should have your name and I'll get you on Facebook.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Well, thanks a lot. Have a good evening, and we'll stay connected.
The same. Take care, Bob.
All
Thank
right,
you.
thanks. Okay, bye.
Bye.